You're now listening to the Palmetto Dugout Show, hosted by State Director Sammy Esposito, Associate Scouts Drew Stewart and Sean Smith, that discuss all things related to amateur baseball in South Carolina. Here are your hosts.
Welcome back to episode 117 of the Palmetto Dugout Show. Coachies, what's going on?
117. God almighty.
Yeah, I realized that today. I've done this 117 times. You have Espo might have skipped a couple.
I feel like we just
I've had to run out a couple times, but I think I've been here about all of them. But shit.
We need stats like they have on Around the Horn. Number of wins, number of episodes, number of stupid comments.
Is that what is ticking up? I don't even know. I never know what those numbers are for.
On Around the Horn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do like wins and.
Well, they give them points for saying things, but at the end of it, it'll say like so and so won for like the 3,080th time. But that show's been on for like 20 years.
Maybe we should have that a separate.
No.
Austin had negative 400 points.
Yeah. Oh, he had this many dumb comments. Or we can get name mispronunciations.
There you go.
Get the wrong class.
Yeah.
Hey, before we get going here, we got 6 minutes to the reveal of the Power 25. We're gonna stay on time today, boys. Coachy, we'll bring it back. We'll bring it back up here. Border Battle invites are out.
They're out there. Hey, obviously, since last week we talked about it. With being about halfway full to our number, right? And that number's already grown, so we're probably about 60% full on that one right now. So if you're wanting to go to the Border Battle and you've gotten that invite, you're going, hey, I should have gotten that invite already. Make sure you're checking your email, your inbox, or your spam, or your junk, or we've pretty much invited a lot of the or majority of the ranked players in there. Or if you're wanting that, send out that request to us. Request that invite. But also on top of that one, we have our first Team Carolina trials, June 4th. That's a big one for not only Border Battle, but for other events down the road on that one. But Border Battle is a big one for not only us, North Carolina, but it's just a huge event to start off the summer, right? Start off the summer right off the bat. It's that second weekend of June 10th, or that second week of June 10th and 11th up at UNC Charlotte. Premier talent in the states going in there, and I would say on average 12 to 15 schools have attended that the past 3+ years. We've been doing this one. I can't speak on the years before that one, but past 3+ years we've been doing this one. So it's a well recruited event. What's going to show up this year, we don't know, but all the schools subscribe to all of our stuff, and obviously you other guys that are up on this board right here do a phenomenal job with our social media stuff. That's pumping out that content, promoting the players as well on that one. So Border Battle, a phenomenal event. We can only take about 60-ish players per state because, right, it's a workout day on Tuesday, and then it's gameplay on Wednesday. And we split it up. We try to do it by classes. We can't always get it 100% right because some people's schedules don't always add up that way, or they're traveling and they got to go somewhere. But we try to do the 26s versus 26s, 27s versus 27, 28 versus 28. This year, depending on the numbers and how it stacks up, we might try to get in 4 games, just trying to keep the lineups a little bit smaller. Try to do a 10-on-10-ish instead of trying to – I think last year we had it was around a 13 or 14 on – 13 or 14 on each other. So try to keep those rosters lineups a little bit smaller so you get more at-bats. I think last year everybody got at least 3 at-bats in the gameplay. Maybe this year we can try to get everybody at least 4 at-bats going in there, try to keep it smaller. We'll see, depending on how the roster shakes out. But right now we're about 60% full on that one already, right? And we're already just at the beginning here of April. So if you've got those invites, go ahead and accept them. Or if you want one, go ahead and hit that request.
Come on.
What are you guys laughing at?
I don't know. I must have missed some.
them,
Yeah, he is.
them dunks and them tight jeans.
Dunks are stylish. Nonetheless, make sure you.
I don't know why people make fun of your tight pants. What's the deal, man? I wouldn't do that.
It's okay. Tight pants.
Oh.
Got a song or something?
Tight fitting jeans, Conway Twitty.
Oh no, there was a guy on American Idol or America's Got Talent that did tight pants. Can't remember what it was. Might be a movie. I can't remember.
I got my tight pants on.
That's it. Where's that from?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I like
Okay.
Tight fitting jeans by Conway Twitty better.
We're not talking about Conway right now. Maybe you'll see Conway in a minute. Let's get to it.
Wow.
This is like the
Great leading.
oh no, I messed up.
There it is.
You didn't.
Number 25.
Them pants are too tight. You can't.
Here we go. Here we go. All right. We're a minute away. There's only 2 people that have seen these rankings, but we're going to throw a question since I got a minute. Austin, what do you think's coming right here? Any expectations?
I've learned that the best way not to get let down is to have no expectations. I have no idea.
Well, let's get going. The Power 25. This is.
I got a couple teams in mind that might be making a celebrity appearance here, so I'm looking forward to it.
I think this is our 4th release.
I'll let you know if you hit one of them.
Well, we'll see here in a second. We're going to start.
You gonna let us know if we got it right or wrong too?
I will most certainly let you know.
We've got 5 teams a slide until we get to the top 10. So here we go. Coming in at number 25, JL, man. Then Batesburg, Leesville, Abbeville, Chapin, and Daniel. 2 to stick out there. Daniel and Chapin with a fall. What we got right here, guys?
Man, boys, getting hot. Don't let them heat up.
The man boys are getting hot. They making some tweaks with some things in there and making some moves in the rotation, moving some guys around and guys stepping up and starting to pitch a little better. I mean, they've had the talent, starting to play better. Right, you always want to play better at the back end of the year. So, man, starting to heat up.
Batesburg, Leesville, yeah, that was another. I think that was my 2A state champion pick. So maybe not. They might not.
A lot of people got Abbeville up there too for 1A.
Abbeville 1A. That's a big. Abbeville just every time I look at a game changer, Abbeville's just boat racing people.
That's why they're in the Power 25.
So far, you guys did a jam up job.
Well, let's see if we continue to do a jam up job. Here we go. Lexington makes a reappearance, and so does Flora at 20 and 19. Sherrall at 18. The Mayor's got them rolling. Airport at 17. Dorman at 16. What do we got here?
Well, you tabbed one too many times on Dorman. I can go ahead and tell you that one. That one's a little bit off, but
it's all right.
It's all right.
It's all ball bearings.
It's all ball. If anybody's out there watching Fletch, it's all ball bearings these days.
Coach, you take that slide. It's got 3 of them down there in your backyard. Take off.
They're hanging out down there. I mean,
boys.
Lexington and Flora kind of hit a little snag kind of after that, the first couple of weeks of the season. But, they got those coaches. I think they know how to win a few games, Coach Hucks and Coach Hallett. So we're about to watch those guys battle it out in the Forest Acres Classic here coming up next week as well.
Yep. Sherrod, too. Sherrod, they got mentioned on the high school recap show this past week, and now they're making an appearance in the Power 25. That's just how it goes.
And when you got the mayor as your head coach,
that's it.
I mean,
there's
many people can talk about that.
The number of wins by head coaches on that slide right there might take the cake for. Because Jolly don't exactly have a small number.
No. That might be I don't know. We'd have to wait till we get through this whole thing. Slide number 2, I guess we'll call it, might take the cake for the most wins.
I mean, the airport's probably got the least, but that's only because he's only been doing it for a few years.
And he's got a lot of wins in it.
But he's got a lot in a very small number of years. So
yeah, he's won a lot of ball games.
Yeah.
Well, here we go.
I concur with that slide as well, guys.
Number 15, Fox Creek. 14, Somerville with a fall. 13, Gilbert. Mid Carolina 12. And here they are. The T.L. Yellow Jackets making an appearance at number 11.
Making a big jump. T.L. Hanna, they've been popping off.
Mhm.
Let's see if they get the prep baseball power 25 jinx.
Man, they got a big week coming up.
They do have a big week coming up. How about they got two guys hitting in the middle of their lineup with 9 home runs combined, is it?
Jeez.
They got Pfeiffer Glenn with 5 and Will Craddock coming off of bouncing back after the injury with 4. I don't know if he's up to 5 yet, but I know he's at 4. But how about that? You got your 2 shortstops. I know one's not back there. Maybe he's going to be sliding back in there, but you got those 2 guys with – there we go again, talking about shortstops at T.L. Hanna, but with 9 home runs between those guys. And that's just 2 guys. But watch out for Hanna making moves.
Craddock goes back to short. I guess Pfeiffer got to go to the bench, right?
Or are you going to put Pfeiffer over at first where Craddock's going to play?
I think I put-
Yeah,
I
sorry.
don't think I'd find
Sorry,
any of the other 8 positions to put him at.
Yeah, Pfeiffer, sorry. I know you're leading our team in hitting home runs, but
Yeah.
you're out.
Well,
Sorry.
we only have one shortstop.
Stewie, has Fox Creek or Gilbert or Mid Carolina missed a Power 25, or have they been up here the whole time?
I think they've been up here the whole time.
That's
Did Fox Creek and Mid Carolina play each other? Are they in the same area? I'm not sure where they are.
Fox Creek's down by Augusta Aiken area.
and they're Fox Creek's 3A, Mid
Okay.
Carolina's 2.
So Mid Carolina. Okay. Fox. What about Fox Creek and Gilbert? Are they going to get each other?
No.
Gilbert not
4A.
3A either?
No.
Dang.
No.
I'm all out of whack with my A's
Fox-
here.
Fox Creek's about to get a big one this week. We'll talk about later.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Somerville, that's a tough fall for Somerville.
What were they, 2?
They went from 2 to 14.
Get swept by the Island Boys. That's what
Don't get swept. Moral of the story. Here we go. We're going to break them down one at a time. Number 10 are the Seneca Bobcats.
Boys,
Um,
You know,
13
you can
spots, I
only hold Drew's team down so long. You know what I mean?
that's it.
You can only hold the Fighting Stewie Cats down so long. I mean,
Yeah.
Cutshaw was carrying them. Cutshaw was carrying them for 3-4 weeks, and then Stewie's been going to bring them home. So
He bailed off the back end of the pain train and he's back on the cat train.
hey, boy, bringing in that catnip. Watch out now.
Catnip.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
He knows that the higher he gets them up here in this ranking, the more times he can go down there and stand in the bushes.
Where my
Be dangling
goodies
that little cat toy over there, boy.
This is
Come on, boy.
I'm gonna lay in my catnip right at the bushes, Austin.
Here we go.
Let's move it on. And here comes number 9, Fort Mill. Coach Espo, you've seen them.
Sammy's boys.
Then my boys, I mean, they're deep. I mean, we talked about it a little bit last week, right? 16 seniors rolling in that roster. I mean, they got pitching depth. They got an offensive lineup that's deep. I mean, they kind of got all the pieces. I know that. I think they've lost one series so far this year, but one series to a very difficult, tough team up that way. But Fort Mills, they got all the pieces to make a long run this year. So they're running through the gauntlet up in their area, up in their region. But very talented group with another coach that's won a lot of baseball games up there.
Coach, I think they want you to come back on senior night. Probably gonna be a 3-hour ceremony. They want you to do it.
I've gone each game I've gone to the last 2 years. I think they've scored 10 runs in the first inning. So, it's been quite a feat for Fort Mill on inning 1. I can barely get situated and I'm doing wind sprints to the camera to get the SD card out.
It's a good thing for you.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Get you something.
Good for them.
Look
Yeah.
at him. Look at him.
Well,
Number 8 is
flip-flops.
Fountain Inn. They got a big series coming up this week. Here they are at number 8. Continue to win.
They got Lawrence this week.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be a good time.
It's always a good time.
Is
Flip-flop.
the loss to Man what vaulted them into the Power 25? The fact that Man beat the Fury?
Could be.
You take that up with the board.
You know,
Blake just updated
Yeah.
us Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday for the series now.
All right. So you canceling tomorrow?
You better get some quick dry in a hurry if they're gonna get the thing in Tuesday too.
well, I think we know
here.
somebody. I think we know somewhere we can get some kitty litter.
That's it. Drew's backyard.
Oh,
There
shit.
we go. There we
That
go.
kitty litter's all used up for Wednesday night.
Yeah, we barely even had to mention Coach Flip Flop, and we get it going. I'm here for that. I
Hey,
love
we need
it.
to get him a sponsor at Rainbow. You know what I mean?
I agree. I think he also at the end of the year when we start giving out awards, we should most loyal coach listener. I think he's got to be at the top.
And I'm gonna go ahead and give him the most loyal coach to the Player of the Week nomination.
There it is.
Right there.
Yeah.
Every
Take
week
it.
submission.
He's trying to get his guys some love.
He is trying to get his
We're
guys
here
some
for
loves. I would give a
We're
big
here for
shout out to Coach Rowland and Fountain Inn. Whether it's he's submitting it or he's got somebody else doing it, I don't care. They're doing it. So big shout out to the Fury on that one.
It's gonna be a fun week down there, though. I think the Lawrence boys. I think they're starting to play a little better ball than they were at the beginning of the year. I know they didn't have the start that they wanted, but Coach Patterson will get the boys right and give them some time. They'll be there.
You lose with Lawrence.
Oh,
Coach, I'm trying to talk
Damn.
about it. Man,
What?
that was Drew Stewart, Coach. Drew Stewart.
Drew Stewart.
He already knows I
Drew
pick against him all the
Stewart
time.
catnip at yahoo.com.
Laying in the kitty litter.
Look,
Look at here. Number 7 is Fort Dorchester. A big series coming up this week we'll get to here soon, but they continue to move up in the Power 25.
I feel
Coach,
like I don't know as much about Fort Dorchester as we normally do at this point in the season because we usually get to watch them for 4 days straight down there at Shipyard. But I mean, I've seen nothing but good things out of these guys.
When I was down in Somerville last week, I had a coach come up to me and tell me, he goes, "Hey, y'all better not be sleeping on Fort Dorchester. They're the real deal down there. Real deal." I go, "Oh no." I said, we got our eyeballs on them. But he said they got all the pieces. And obviously with the Wickersham down there, which we know a ton about, but they got a bunch of pieces. And I think what their coach has won he's the fastest coach ever to however many wins I saw the other day down at Fort Dorchester, whatever it is, 200 wins down there. So big congrats to them. So they got all the pieces of the puzzle. So they got some age. Those guys are starting to play. You know, a couple years ago, we saw them. They were all a bunch of babies. They're almost like that Fountain Inn group a handful of years ago. Now this Fort Dorchester group's getting a little bit older, been playing together. They're doing it. We'll give them the good jinx too. So we'll apologize to you guys as well.
tough one this week.
This got to be the highest ranking for Fort D in the Power 25
Have they even been in?
ever. I'm here for it.
No, they haven't. I mean, this year, yeah, twice, but not before.
Oh, okay.
Here they are. Number 6, Austin, Southside Christian.
Hey, them boys right there. I'm gonna tell you something. That team right there is gonna be a handful for whoever. I don't know what they did last week. I didn't see. I saw. I think was it St. Joe's? Maybe they played St. Joe's last week. I could be wrong, but I mean they swept Powdersville, and just the arms, the bats. There's nothing they can't do. And I know I talked about them for I think it felt like 20 minutes the other day, but I mean, Bowman on the mound. I don't know that there's anybody in the state that's going to beat him when he's on. So, yeah, if you got Southside Christian on your schedule this year, you better strap up.
They tied this Christ school
School's
in the
pretty
midweek this week. So good job for the Christ school. 5-5.
There you go.
Southside versus Christ. Stop. Number 5 are the River Bluff Gators continue to rise up. Another one we missed on in the preseason, Coach Espo.
Coach, we did. We swung and missed by like 50 feet by them. But, that the other team, they just keep winning. They just keep winning, and they got some big their last 3 weeks are arguably their toughest 3 weeks on the schedule on paper here. But whoever they played, they've beaten them so far. So give Coach Bonnet and his crew out there at River Bluff, over in Sean's neck of the woods in Lexington,
Yeah,
Lexington County over there.
That big area down there.
Give Coach Bonnet and them boys down there a lot of credit, but they've everybody that's been thrown at them on the schedule, they've pretty much taken care of business. So got a fairly young team, and all they do is win. And we'll get a chance to watch them play a bunch of games at the Forest Acres Classic here in a couple weeks.
They took 2 from our Mid Carolina Rebels. They swept the season series with them 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out. Oh my gosh. Number 4 is Indian Land with the big move up. Hadn't lost the series yet, and here they are. Big series win against the Copperheads.
I mean, they've only lost, 1-2 games the whole year? Like,
let's see.
They were undefeated for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can pull.
Yeah, they're 12-2.
12-2.
And their most recent loss was 2-1 at Catawba Ridge, and they took 2 out of 3 in the series.
That dog right there, hunt now.
Talking about another deep lineup, right? I mean, it's got some age, it's got some youth in it, it's got some power, it's got some athleticism, and they got some pitchability guys mixed in there. But another coach that's won like 7,000 baseball games, Coach Bagwell up there won a ton in North Carolina. He's doing it down here in South Carolina. So Indian Land, they're another difficult team in that powerhouse region up there. So obviously making a ton of noise in that area, and obviously in our Power 25 that we also took another big swing and miss on them early on.
I mentioned it on the recap show too, but yeah, they like to steal bases a lot. At one point, they had like 16 bags in 3 games or something like that. So they run all over the place. So yeah, that's a big strength for them. So good to see them get some love.
It's a bigger base they put in.
Safety bag.
Do it different in Indian Land. We're going to move to the top 3. Number 3, the Oceanside Land Sharks with a little move up here.
Another team we saw a lot of that's going to be tough. I mean, I think we see where this train is headed.
That's a deep in May team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got the talent though. They got the talent on the offensive side and the pitching staff to make a run. And we see a lot of these teams that might have a good 1-2 punch or whatever on the mound, or they got some depth too. That if they do take an L early on or something, they got some guys that they can bounce back and make still be able to pitch their way out of it with, or they can just outslug you.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one of the few teams in 3A that I would agree that they have plenty of arms to get out of that bracket. They got good enough arms to stay in the winners bracket, but they also, if they do find their way into that, they have enough. I mean, we saw it down there. They went 4 games and had a couple guys left over. Coach Reams got them right.
See if they continue to stay hot. Look at them. Number 2, James Island is getting closer to where they started. A 3-game sweep of Somerville has them number 2 in the state.
It's another one playing their best ball right now.
Mm-hmm.
They were hot on Wednesday night. They were hot on Wednesday night. They kind of had some pieces go, and they were hot Wednesday, and they still made some mistakes and still were able to capitalize and do some stuff. But it's they got some college-ready dudes in that lineup, and they looked the part. I mean, it's not just like, oh, this guy's going off to college to play. They look like they're going off to college to play. I mean, it's 6'2", 200-plus pound guys. It's athleticism. They're a scary lineup to get through, and it's not just a couple guys. It's a deep lineup, and then you kind of go, oh, this guy's your 9-hole hitter, this guy's your 8-hole hitter. And it's a fun, and those guys they're into it, so it's a fun team to play.
Who did they
Watch
throw
play,
when you went, Sammy? Who pitched?
Colin Anderson.
Okay.
Colin Anderson,
The senior.
who's senior going to Flodar, who's left-hander who can pitch and mix speeds and dumps breaking balls in and changeups, and he wasn't phased, and that atmosphere in Somerville was awesome and didn't bother him at all, especially in a high school atmosphere. It was great.
Big series this week. Get to it.
Another one.
And for the first time this year, we have a repeat number one.
Louisville. Oh.
Wood Bengals. Our number one. They whipped up on West Florence pretty good last week. But here they are.
You know what, Johnny Collins, if you're out there listening, I'll go ahead and you hashtag split added me the other night. So I'll go ahead and eat it. Kudos to you guys for whipping up. I went out on a limb and thought you guys might lose one, but you didn't. So big shout out to Blythewood for keeping winning.
They blow them out both games too.
You know what?
Yeah, it was a run rule every game, I think.
Jeez. Yeah, they're relentless.
Hey.
Yeah, 10-0, 13-0. Wow.
Is that good?
It's a good week to be a pitching coach. Good week to be the hitting coach.
Yeah.
Good week to just
Good
have
week
a
to be
Blythewood uniform.
Mhm.
Yeah, good week to be Blythewood.
Yep.
Guys, that is Power 25.
All right, Austin, how do we do? How'd it go?
Well, I think that 1 through 5 might the coaching win total might give a run for that other group's money.
In multiple states too, at 1 through 5.
Because the guy at Blythewood, I think he won like 6,000 games in North Carolina before he came down here. So.
Yes, he's up there as well.
Yeah, well, maybe if we got any cool statisticians out. Did I say that right? Statisticians? They can go through and see.
Statisticians.
Yeah. We need to start keeping track of that.
Statisticians.
Drew, you busy?
I think there's another S in there.
He said what?
I was looking at something.
Who's Googling?
Well,
how
boys.
many coaching? Statistician.
No stats for me.
No.
Look at that. We're perfect on time.
Wins.
Shut up, Austin. 8 p.m. was the breakdown of the series of the week. So we'll start it off here with our game of the week was Airport versus Gilbert. Gilbert took down Airport in that first game there, but Sean was present for another game. So, Sean, take it away.
Yes, Gilbert got it done in the away team won both games. So I didn't get a chance to go see him at Airport, but Gilbert won that first game. But then, yes, in the second half of that series was at Gilbert. Went out there and got to see a couple of arms that we wanted to take a look at. With Airport, it was Cash Epps. He was on the mound in the 2027. He was about 80 to 83 with the fastball. Big lanky kid. A lot more room to add on. But he was really throwing a sinker. That's what he was going to. Pretty much, I would bet if you looked at how many of all the pitches he threw, and that was the very end of the game. The emotion on that too. But he probably threw 80-85% sinkers right in there on the hands to all these right-handed hitters, and they were rolling over everything. I went back and looked at the game changer, and I think it was must have been 16 or 17 ground ball outs. I think maybe that was too much, but it was something like that. Put in a nice little slider too at 70 and 71, and it's a pretty tough little low slot with short arm action, so it's pretty deceptive. But he's a guy that obviously his older brother has been running around with for Airport for about 50 years now. He's got the shortstop. But yeah, he's obviously got a pretty good arm in there, and like I said, showing off the emotion at the end of the game. That was the last pitch of the game there, finishing off his complete game had no walks, only scattered a couple of hits and 3 strikeouts on the day. But yeah, just really getting in there and throwing that sinker in on the hands and pretty much had them in control the whole game. Really not too many bit long at bats or anything like that either. Just a lot of first pitch, second pitch outs kind of thing going on. So he's a guy that obviously has some pretty good upside in there, and obviously as he adds on to that frame, some more velocity is going to come through, and obviously as he develops secondaries too. But he's got a pretty good go-to pitch there with that sinker. It's got some good depth and some run on it. And then on the offensive side, it was Landon Jeffcoat's day. He had a big double earlier in the game, and then a big time home run that pretty much was all the insurance that they needed. It was a 2-0 game for Airport, and then Gilbert scratched across one more, but then this homer from Jeffcoat made it a 3-1 game, and that was kind of it. He's got a really good swing in there too. He was the guy that I was able to see at our. What was that team? The Carolina Sox scout day like 3 years ago. That did showed up at 8th grader. I was like, hey, he's pretty athletic, got some twitchy hands in there, and now he's making it happen at the varsity level. But yeah, really good swing. I think he's got a lot of athleticism in that frame, and a lot of strength as well. Pretty good bat speed in there too. A couple of guys that we haven't had a chance to see at any events yet, but I guess outside of that one that I saw in that. But yeah, it was pretty good showing from them on that side there for Jeffcoat, and then they had a couple other guys that had some good base hits. They got a good mix of what Sammy always talks about, a good mix of young guys and some veterans. Some dudes that, like I said, Hunter F's been running out there since he was in 8th grade, I think, at least 9th grade. A lot of other guys too that make some noise. And then on the Gilbert side, I really like the 2025, still uncommitted Dalton Taylor. He's a left-handed pitcher, but he was playing outfield in the game the other day. But he had a nice couple of base hits, big triple earlier, or double or triple earlier in the game, then a nice little knock up the middle. It's a really simple operation in the box, pretty short swing, and got some good hands in there too. And he's a guy that it looks like he kind of has some pretty good untapped athleticism. I feel like that's kind of going to keep coming out. He could add on a little bit more weight, I think, too, that and I'm surprised that he doesn't show any interest in going anywhere, but he's a darn pretty good ball player to me. So I thought he was the best one on Gilbert's side that day. So he had a pretty good showing at the plate. And then like I said before, he's a guy that's been out there running out there on the mound for him, and we didn't get a chance to see him pitch, but somebody that at some point I'd like to be able to, just because it seems like he kind of goes out there and just shoves pretty much all the time. And then on the mound for Gilbert, no video this time around, but we had Finn McLaughlin out there, 2026 right-handed pitcher. He was 83 to 85, big, strong kid, lean strength, 6'3", 185. He's a guy that, kind of looks like he just looks the part, as that velocity pick up. I think we saw him up to like 88 or 89 at an event. So, obviously there's a little bit more in there too, but he came out a little bit earlier than I thought he would. The pitch count wasn't terribly high. They just pulled him. But they kind of do this little tandem thing where they run him out, and then they got Cole Royer off coming out of the bullpen for them. He went 3 innings, and fastball, the velocity is not going to blow by you, but he had a pretty good slider as well that he had a couple of outs on, getting some swings and misses on as well. So, Gilbert's a pretty good team too. They obviously, ran into another good team at Airport, like we always talk about, just wins games. But yeah, Gilbert was a good one to see as well. But yeah, we'll want to keep watching these guys, and I assume at some point, obviously that was a big reaching matchup, but I assume we'll be seeing them at some point in the playoffs too. Hopefully they'll have another matchup, because I think those are two pretty quality ball team or good teams in there, and they're gonna keep doing their thing, and hopefully we'll get to see them in the playoffs.
See where they shake out.
The Airport home run, third base coach, I think he knew it before the ball even got
immediately.
It was impressive in that video. Yep. It moved both hands up.
Yep. I was sitting behind the plate at the time, but yeah, right when that left the bat, I stood my ass up and went over and got that video off the camera. I was like, yep, that one's gone. So yeah, obviously coach knew it as well. So
who the hell is, never mind. Someone in the comments. Before we get to the 2-game series of the week recap, we kind of talked about this one. 2-game series, Blythewood took belt to ass against West Florence. As Sean told you with the scores as we went over Blythewood's ranking. So we'll leave that as it is. Not even close there. Now, before we'll kind of put this together, your team of the week are the James Island Trojans with their 3-game sweep of Somerville, and none other than Coach Espo was in attendance. Espo, what we got?
Coach, down in beautiful world of Somerville, down there last Wednesday, and Somerville, whenever I've gone down there, the atmosphere is always off the chain when you get down there. You know, if any of you guys ever get a chance to get down there, it's awesome, right? The town of Somerville does a great job of the community getting down there and you know, letting it loose. It got to the point at one point, I don't know when it was, maybe the fourth or fifth inning, the umpire went over to Coach Manis and told him that no more cowbells. You know, and so the fans, of course, booed the umpire, and of course they kept ringing the cowbells. But you know, whatever. But James Island, obviously not too far away, brought a good contingent of fans over there as well, and had a bunch of students come. So it was a good back and forth, good clean fun, and an awesome night of high school baseball with some fans in attendance. But it started off right off the bat. You know, superstar Taj Marchand, you know, one of the top 26 players, not only in the state of South Carolina, but, you know, the country, gets a fastball, gets an elevated fastball up and out of the plate and drives the ball oppo for a home run to help his team take a lead and ultimately, you know, to hold on to for the rest of the night. But Aiden Vorlick was on the mound for Somerville, commit of the Citadel, was up to 88. So it's not like we're dumping in some soft stuff in there. Got him a good fastball. Taj, who's got a very good flat swing, but was able to stay above that ball and drive it out. And Aiden that night, you know, lost a little bit of a command on the back end, but early on was 84 to 87 up to 88 with a really good sharp slider at 76, 77. And Aiden's a young man we got to see a couple of years ago. We had him down to the future games. You know, velocity we saw a little bit more you know, in the past, but this night had good stuff with a good slider. Big, strong physical frame. You can kind of see a little bit more of that old school drop and drive with that lower half in there. But hides the ball in there, shows some arm strength, shows some quickness in there. But a good young man who's been able to dominate a lot of guys, but he ran into a buzzsaw with James Island that night. And it started with Taj right off the bat. And it kind of just didn't really end with Taj, right? Going on. They have a star-studded lineup. Jake Ammon, College of Charleston commit. He was able to drive in a triple off the wall. Would have had an RBI, but Somerville did a great job with a relay, being able to throw out Stowe Rogers at the plate. But he was able to get a fastball elevated up out over the plate. Triple off the wall oppo that he smoked, that everybody, I thought, including myself, was going out of the park. Was able to stay in. And then Connor Dantzler, uncommitted 2026, kind of alluded to this, 6'3", 200-plus pound left-handed hitter. Bases loaded, smokes one. Ends up being an RBI single. Again, another ball everybody in the park thought was gone. Hits off the top of the wall. All the base runners are tagging. Only ends up being an RBI single, but showed big, strong strength with the good bats, you know, good bat speed and some strength in there. The lineup just doesn't quit for James Island. And then you talked about it a little bit earlier. We talked about it. Colin Anderson on the mound, starting off left-hander, pitchability left-hander. We've gotten a chance to watch at some events over the years. 70-80 that night with a slider that was 70-71. But the thing that was more impressive to me, he ran into a little bit of trouble at one point, but didn't really fold under anything, right? Their fans were going nuts. They had the cowbells ringing, didn't kind of fold under anything, just kind of settled in. A veteran pitcher, crafty lefty, you say, kind of veteran, stayed in there and kind of fought through it, and it wasn't a big problem. Kept his team right there and let him get back in there and score some more runs. But he did a great job. A hitter that stuck out for Somerville, Drew Hayes, is another young man we've watched over the years, especially on the mound. But this night kind of stood out with the bat. Had a double and a single with, I think, 1 or 2 RBIs for his team. But big, he's a strong kid and put on some weight over the past year or so. But he kind of really fed off the emotion off the crowd. It's one of those good high school games you like. He was getting in the box. The James Island students were kind of giving some crap, and he was spitting at them and kind of pumping up the crowd, and he'd smoke a ball and kind of let them have it. But it was just a good, fun night of high school baseball, good, clean fun. But you know what? That's what you love with high school baseball. It kind of gets that community feel, and especially in a big matchup like that. That's what you love, and the Stars kind of were able to show it. And kind of left off Trip Ostergaard. He texted me after our show last week and go, "Coach, we're sweeping." And I go, hey, good luck to you boys. I hope y'all are doing it. And damn it, they swept. So shout out to Tripp for that one. He called it, and he had 2 hits on that night. Tweeted one out. He got a base hit through the hard line drive through the 4-hole for an RBI, and I think he had another infield single. So it's a very athletic, deep lineup. And the one thing that's fun, and the last one I'll touch on with those guys, the energy and enthusiasm those guys play with. They're talented, and that's great. But the energy and enthusiasm they play with is really second to none. They're into every pitch. They're at the front part of the dugout. They're all kind of piled in there, and they're into every pitch. And that kind of starts with their stars, which I think's awesome. We've all seen some of those superstars that will kind of sit away from everybody. Those guys they're all up there and they're cheering for their teammates, and they're going out to get the bats when they're not up there, and they're into everything. So kudos to those boys, but a good fun night with a good battle between 2 top teams in the state.
Big time win for James Allen. See if they can continue it. And with that being said, it's time to look at the records for our picks.
It works.
7-5. Austin in second at 5-7. I'm in third at 4-8. Sammy's in dead last at 3-9.
We better start looking at Sammy's bio. Jimbo,
Sammy should have listened to Tripp. He should have changed his pick.
Tripp should have texted me before.
Yeah, everybody got on you afterwards. You should.
Let me know before I make my picks.
Yeah,
damn. My phone's right here. Come on.
Now, with that being said, Tripp, you have a chance to text him before we get to a series of the week here in a minute. So we've got a new set this week. Here we go.
I think Sean
Our game, Sean will be right back, is what he said. Our game of the week takes us to Fox Creek at Seneca, a top 15 matchup on Wednesday night in Seneca. Prep Baseball South Carolina will be in attendance. It could possibly be a big pitching matchup. We don't know yet. But with that being said, let's get down to the picks. We'll go me, Sammy, Sean, then Austin. They're going to love me here. Give me the Predators to beat the Cats.
You better hide in them bushes, boy. You pick against them, you better take some cover down there.
I picked against them last time.
Boy, he's going to take so much extra
pain
catnip. He's going to take so much catnip, he's going to be throwing it out. So they're going to be going after that catnip.
It might be a little different in catnip, but I'll throw it out.
I myself am taking Fox Creek this one. Don't know who's pitching on either team, but I think
we got an idea.
We got an idea. I'm going Fox Creek.
Sean.
Oh, sorry, me, my bad. Seneca. Sorry, Fox Creek. I've been all over Fox Creek the entire season, but I'm going Seneca in this game.
I don't have the inside news on the pitching matchup. I hope that it's Anderson versus Cutshaw. That would be fun. I don't know if it will be. Give me the Cats. Give me the Cats.
So when we picked Daniel and Seneca, you both went Cats. Me and Sammy went Daniel. So we'll see if it's switched this time.
If it's Anderson versus Cut, Drew better have his old school hot gun, so they'll both be 90 to 105.
No, I'm gonna put new batteries in that sun gun, but
yes, sir.
It'll be fresh.
Charged up, boy.
Moving on to the 2-game series of the week. JL Man takes on TL Hanna in a top 25 matchup. Prep Baseball South Carolina will be in attendance yet again. However, give me the Yellow Jackets to win both games.
I myself am taking the Yellow Jackets. So if you guys are listening to us and if you saw those records, you will be betting against what me and Drew have picked so far. So I'm going with Hannah.
Split.
Oh,
softy.
This is the one that always picks a split.
Oh, man. Everyone's split, too. You're welcome, Sean.
Softy.
God, you chump. Did Sean just go get a frozen pizza out of the oven?
Got a little sweet potato fries and a burger, and we're good.
Homemade?
Yeah.
God. Pizza rolls.
And your 3 games.
Tostinos?
Toasty.
No, Aldi.
your 3-game series of the week. 4D takes on James Allen, a top 10 matchup. Coach, give me, I know I told you earlier, give me the Allen boys to sweep.
You're switching up on me. What did I say? 2 for the Allen boys earlier?
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the Allen boys for 2.
We're gonna have a lot of bulletin board material here, I think, but James Allen sweep.
Y'all got remember that Wickersham boy be starting one of them games now. I don't know if y'all seen them numbers now. I don't know if y'all seen them numbers.
I'm gonna take. Ooh,
Do it. Save it.
Do it. Come on.
I'm gonna go Allen 2 out of 3.
Oh.
I think 4D. I think they're for real. You know, that pains me too because I pick James Allen every time I get the chance. But I'm a coach. I think Wickersham's gonna.
Well, you still took James Allen.
Well, yeah, but I didn't take him sweet.
I was off. I was off. It was the coach's 100th win, fastest to 100, not 200. Apologize.
Give him a couple years, he'll be there.
Yeah, me. Shot the gun a little bit too quick. He might be the fastest to get 200 too. We'll go ahead and give him that one. Right now, we can look into the future.
Hard to be the fastest to 200 if you wasn't the fastest to 100. It's kind of what Ricky Bobby said.
Hey,
not really.
We're about to have a little fun here. We're a little behind. It's okay.
Oh shit!
Since we've done it,
what's
we don't have much to get to here, but this is an important segment of the show.
God almighty! I didn't tell me I need my glasses.
I wish I had known what we were doing.
I'll tell you. All right, here's how this is going to go.
See.
Mid-season picks, even though we only got about 3.5 weeks left. We'll start in 1A. Austin will go first. I'll go second. Sammy will go third. Sean will go
I don't even
last.
know who I picked the first time.
Me neither.
I'm going to tell you. Patience
This
is a virtue.
It's what you call getting caught with your pants down. Jesus Christ.
God
All
almighty.
right.
Can we make this any bigger?
I can. Hold on.
I can go get my readers out, and
I know my reader's in another room.
I need to go find my bracket that's got whatever my paper that says what every team is now.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Nothing like sharing a spreadsheet. That's what everybody wants to do.
There it is.
Well, I didn't prep this enough time to do it beforehand. All right, Austin, you ready? Your lower state champ was Lakeview. Your upper state champ was Louisville. Your champion was Lakeview. Sleeper was Abbeville.
God, this put me on the spot.
Give me Lakeview,
Oh, shit.
Abbeville. Abbeville.
Who's your sleeper?
Do we need sleepers anymore, or the season's almost over?
The season's almost over.
We won't do any sleepers.
The sleeper for the rest of the year, or the team that's not good we thought was going to be good?
Coach, why are you taking my picks?
Give me Johnsonville. Give me Abbeville.
There it is.
Give me Abbeville.
Johnsonville, Abbeville.
Man,
Oh, shit. We're just going to do this then.
them Abbeville boys just got everybody on board.
Lakeview, Abbeville, Lakeview.
Ooh, switching it up on us.
Come on.
It's just easier. Nope.
You did not prepare for this.
Yeah, I did. All right, guys. Your 1A picks are locked for midseason.
They're locked.
Now, let's take this off again.
Oh, Lord, here we go again.
Your lower. All right, Austin, you ready? You need me to read it to you?
Read it to me.
Atlantic Collegiate, lower state champ.
Phew.
Batesburg, Leesville, upper state champ.
All right.
Your champ was Batesburg.
Man.
I want to stick with Batesburg and Batesburg. Lower state. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
I'm going to have to come back to that. I got to pull up my 2A bracket.
No, you cannot come back to it.
I got to know who's in 2A.
Yeah.
I tell you, you're catching us off guard here, man.
It's important to know who's in 2A.
Let's see.
Don't read me off a bunch of teams that's in
UBT, the 2A classification ranks
No, they come out. They come out later this week.
on the high school recap show.
I get your subscription for that, Coach.
So I don't have a subscription, so
Yeah,
won't
I
find
also
out.
can't see it then.
I can't see it. So
All right.
I got it pulled up. Get out of here.
There you go.
Well, I can only see the bottom.
The Braves.
What year are we in? I'm in the wrong. What year are we in?
This is tough.
While we're eating, I'm gonna eat my burger.
All right.
Jeez.
I'm good. Sherrall, Mid Carolina.
You picked the governor.
All right, I'm gone. I'm good.
Go ahead, Sammy.
Sherrall, Mid Carolina, Sherrall.
Guys, I'm telling you right now, me and Sam are making very similar picks, so don't. All these are going to be wrong with us too.
Don't.
Give me Philip Simmons.
Oh,
Sign me up.
Did I see that they won the region already?
Hey. Doesn't matter.
They tweeted out on April 4th, region champs.
They got after it early and often.
Well, for who knows ball, Sean did pick Philip Simmons at the beginning of the year.
Sean's still trying to get people to like him after this disastrous pick of the Carolina Clemson
They're
series.
just some Clemson kids, and I don't
Sean
care.
don't know shit after that.
If Clemson doesn't like me, that's fine.
Sean, what are we picking?
Sherrall, Mid Carolina.
Oh, he switched up from Philip Simmons. Thought you knew ball.
You don't know ball.
Sounds like I'm the only one that knows ball now. Now that I got my bracket up.
Yeah.
All right.
I hope I'm looking at the right one. I hope I'm not looking at the one from 2 years ago.
You need me to go through this for you, Austin? Or are you good?
No, I want Oceanside, Southside, Oceanside.
A lot of sides.
A lot of sides.
Which side you on?
Make sure you get that Christian in there besides Southside. Don't want there to be any mix up. There it is.
Oh, that's tough. Is Fox upper or lower?
Fox is lower.
Lower according to what I'm looking at. There it is.
What was your pick at the beginning of the year?
Probably that, right?
You were
no, I had
Hanahan, Southside Christian.
Hanahan. What was
Hanahan's
mine?
playing fun.
Sammy, yours was OCA, Southside.
Pretty good pick.
I'm staying with it.
There it is. Commit to it.
Yeah.
Spelling guard. If you hit tab when that thing pops up blue, it'll just go.
So I was Southside Christian and Fox Creek before, and I think I'm sticking with it.
Who won?
My champion was Fox Creek. I was the only one who picked Fox Creek. Everybody else took Southside Christian. I'm sticking with it.
But yet he picked Seneca to beat Fox Creek.
It's one game. We're talking about May, Coach.
May playoffs. All right, Austin.
Man.
I'm looking at the thing. Chill out. Give me airport. And AC Flora. I was there. I was all over it.
Champ.
Flora.
Where's Flip Flops? He's mad at you.
Flora. Flip Flop's gonna be mad at me, but he'll like it better that way. Give me Flora.
Give me. Tough one.
It's rolling. I'm sorry. I was going that route, man. I was there for it. Oh, he went with it. He's getting back on their good side.
He's trying to.
State champs, baby. Give me the flip flop fury.
Who did I pick in the lower state?
You had Airport.
I did have Airport.
Good pick.
They're still right there. You know what? They're still right there. You know what? I'm staying with it. Airport, Flora.
Here you go.
I think I'm gonna go. I was May River in Florida. I'm
7
gonna
and 5.
go Gilbert, Lower State, and who do I want? Give me the Fury.
Whoa.
And the Fury are bringing it home.
Yeah, double them up.
We're good.
Wait, is 4A doing that weird bracket again?
I don't think so. They're doing
back-
something a little bit different. They're doing something in the
back to
first
normal?
round and then
Oh,
no.
because like they didn't do district last year, right? Like,
They just did one huge bracket.
yeah.
Yes. They do something the first round and then second round is different. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, your 5A
Oh.
Division 1.
Here we go.
Oh,
Mine
geez.
don't tell me what was what.
Yeah. Who's
James
who?
Island.
Everybody had
Yeah.
James Allen Lower State.
I got them winning whatever they're in.
All right, everybody got James Island?
Hang on.
Is this the biggest one? Is
Yeah.
D1?
Oh,
the
shit.
Yes.
No. Who's our number one in Power 25, Stewie?
Are they in the
It would
big
be
one? Or
Upper
the small
State.
one?
They're in the big one.
Yeah, but they would be Upper State. I'm talking about James Island Lower State.
No, they're Region 5 through 8, and Blythewood is Region 5 is Lower State.
Yeah, that's true.
Division 1 Lower State?
That's what I'm looking at right here.
No,
Yeah.
that's not right. They're Division 1 Upper State.
Why would there be
agree.
5 regions in the Upper State?
I
I'm
agree.
just telling you what the South Carolina High School League has posted, buddy. I've sent it to you on email.
What I'm looking at is an article on the Big Spur that was posted by Cocktoberfest on January 24th. That's what I'm looking at. So
Stewie, they're in a region with Sumter and West Florence. And
Oktoberfest.
they'll just call me Cocktoberfest from now on.
well, we need to go to Division 2. We need to figure out where Blythewood is.
We gotta know. Just saying. I agree with Sean. I don't know why they would be in Region 5 and be Upper State.
I just sent you
Look.
the email again.
Let's see.
Who sent the email?
I did, but I just forwarded it back to you.
If it didn't come from Charlie Winsky himself, I'm not reading it.
It came straight from Charlie.
Well, then I'm in. Cocktoberfest, we're out. See you. I got nothing from you, Drew. Nothing.
Oh, God.
Oh, found it.
5A division document. Breakdown of divisions. Upper State, Lower State. What are you talking about? They're in the bottom.
Sean, keep scrolling, bro.
Oh, shit. Keep scrolling. Why would they do it? Like, that's so confusing.
I don't even know how
Why
to
would
read
they do
this. It's like it's in Chinese. What is this?
Put baseball in
Division,
the park.
So
division,
they're in Region 5,
Why are we bitching about that?
but they're highlighted. But they're highlighted, which makes them Division 1. But how does that make them Upper State?
Oh, my God.
they're the only team. Maybe they had to split it.
Huh.
But does that so they automatically went Upper State? I guess because of the size.
They always got the split, yes.
Division 5 or Region 5 may not have enough big.
I can't believe they split regions into upper and lower.
If
They
that
always
makes sense.
have.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
They've
always
always had a half. That's
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah, that was when they had 7 regions. Somebody had to split. Now
Well, they
but-
still have a
but now
7.
it's-
Division 2's got 7.
Yeah, it makes sense now. I get it, but whatever.
Off to your pick.
Give me Dorman.
Wow.
He's going all this just the.
All that to New Dorman. All that to New Dorman.
I wasn't the one who had the problem with Blythewood. I was just fussing about the concept. Give me the Island Boys.
I'm going James Allen, Blythewood.
Mm.
James Allen, Blythewood, and James Allen. Repite, por favor. Is that what I went with?
You were James Island, Lexington.
Lexington.
James Island lower, and I'm going.
We don't know who's.
Do I?
You
Say
might as well put Lexington in there.
well, that's my question. Between them and
Who-
Blackwood,
He lives there.
We're gonna put Hucks.
give me Blackwood and go. James Island wins it.
Damn, you going against your hometown boys?
Lexington County's finest.
Your Division 2.
Okay, Division 2, lower
Shit.
state.
Irmo.
Chapin.
Shit. Hermo.
They're
I
beating
don't shit
people.
on them. That's the closest to me.
I know. They're beating people. That's why I said it.
Lexington County. And then give me.
Ooh. Man, there's some good choices here. I'm sticking with. I think I picked Hannah at the beginning of the year. Give me Hannah again. give me the Hannah boys.
Who wins it?
Hannah. Again, the monkey is coming off this year. We're doing it.
That Division 2 lower is not good.
That Division 2 upper though, man, that's a sack full.
That's a little
Look.
low. I went to Catawba early. Oof.
That Division 2 upper state whole bracket is going to be just good luck getting through there.
Mm-hmm. They might be beat up by the time they get to the championship game. I open the door for lower state.
I'm going North Myrtle Beach. Oh, I don't know who I'm going here.
Take the boys from Indian Land.
I about did.
Take them. Fire them up.
You gotta go with your boys at Fort Mill.
I was about to, but then you took them. I didn't want to do what you did.
You've been picking everything I picked.
You pick what I pick
Bullshit. I go before you.
because you
Did that on
know what I'm
purpose.
picking.
He knew I would pick the same team as him, so he put me first. He knew I didn't know what group, what region everybody was in.
I am going Fort Mill,
There it is.
and I'm going Fort Mill for the championship.
Yeah, you can copy and paste that last one. North Myrtle, Fort Mill, Fort Mill.
Somebody taking Indian Land. Come on, guys.
Fort Mill was my preseason pick.
Hey, we got 3.5 weeks where you can take Indian Land, so just be patient.
Oh, we're gonna
Yeah,
pick
we
them
got-
again at the end of the year.
Yeah, right before playoff start.
For playoffs. All right.
Will you tell us at least like 10 minutes before we do that?
No.
No.
What fun's that? We can all scramble and go. What teams in what
What-
league?
what?
What region? What
The
class?
picture.
Are they in 7A?
I need a clearly defined document as to who is in what classification.
And let me
Is
know
this
when I
right
need
here
to
is
put my
crazy.
readers on next time too. Shit.
This is nuts. Who came up
Hey,
with
man.
Pawpaw.
that? Man,
Yeah, but leading high catch.
we got a hind catcher reference. Perfect. There we go.
Anyway.
We're good.
News coming.
Our picks are locked here.
Lock 'em in.
We got a few more things before we get to it. Hold on. No. We missed out here. Sorry. Last little thing here. Your Palmetto Power of the Week.
You
Yeah,
ready?
don't forget them. Don't forget them.
Here he
Oh,
is.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Go, baby.
as a ball landed in my son's field back over there. I think that went off my son's head.
There's a lot to unpack right there with that video. There's a lot of moving parts. I like that.
Yeah.
One, I've never been to that stadium, but Heathwood Hall looks like they got just a phenomenal place there. My man just absolutely obliterates that baseball. The kid on deck knew it. I mean, from the start, he had already flipped his bat, but we got the lady in the front row said, "Did it go out?"
What'd you have on the umpire's arm action?
That was the last piece I had. I think we really squared those hips way too early. We got no rotation. I know you're trying to keep the ball bag from swinging around, but at that point, just give it to the catcher and throw it back.
Yeah. I mean, we've been lucky enough to see Colt, right? Junior Futures a couple years ago, right? Me and Sean got a chance to watch him again, Columbia ID this winter. I mean, he hits balls really, really hard. Obviously got that lift in his swing that makes it nice and easy to launch some of those balls. And he's hashtagged the Palmetto Power, and more importantly, tagged us. So we're still missing that and some of these things. But it's a big shout out to Colt for the Palmetto Power of the Week. But it's he's launched a few already this spring, and I have a feeling he'll be launching a few more. Hopefully next week when we'll see him at the Forest Acres Classic as well, we'll get a few live in action over there at AC Flora.
I've been talking about going to see Hammond the entire year. I've been trying to go see him in any capacity. And might not be able to talk about it on the show here, but he got an invite yet?
To
the big one.
We haven't sent any of those invites out yet, there, Coacher.
You got a handshake.
It's too early.
Coach, pump the brakes.
That's somebody that we want representing our state.
Pump the brakes.
Oh,
Nobody's got an invite yet.
Our state, you're like 50-50, Sean.
Jeez.
Hey,
I'm back.
Have you paid a tax yet in this state?
Coach, our projected pitching matchup on Wednesday night is happening.
Really?
I'm coming.
You going?
Biggin.
I'm gonna stand in the bushes with him.
He's gonna throw catnip on me.
Just dangle that cat toy.
I'm gonna stand in the bushes, but I'm gonna act like
Catnip makes that velo go up. They don't have that rising bag. They got that catnip bag. And as we move
there, make sure you pack a hoodie. I don't know if y'all saw it's gonna get cold.
It's gonna be cold.
Be
a
chilly.
lot of hoodies now.
Got a frost warning. Hope nobody's put their plants in the ground yet.
We moved
after
toward
90 degrees today.
Oh.
I mean, nice sunburn out of the PBL this afternoon.
the last pick'em here. It is your college pick'em. Here are your points as they stand.
Here goes Drew again with his mythical points.
No, 27 to 28. What is this?
Because we're waiting. If Arizona loses, I get 28.
Okay.
Arizona wins, I get 27.
Got it.
And they started at 8 p.m.
Can we just give you 27 and a half? God, a day.
So I could be tied for first or tied for second. Sean bringing up the pack at 23.
He's coming.
Here we go.
He keeps picking with his heart.
I
didn't pick it all this week. I didn't send him in.
Yeah.
Your 30 games for the
We don't
Pioneers.
have matchups this week yet, do we?
I might have sent them to you.
No.
But here's your 3. Louisville travels to NC State for a 3-game set. I'll go first, then Sammy, same order there. Sean, then Austin.
I don't have time to research this.
Give me the Wolfies 2 out of 3.
Coach, my Wolfpack had a huge weekend, walking off the Cavs with a 3-run tank. Seeing video evidence of Big Hoss Elliott Avent, the head man, coaching first base for the Wolfpack today. We're going to continue the trend. Wolfies win 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 over Louisville. Some people think I'm dead serious about that.
Wolfie sweep. Or was I last? Was I last? Sorry, guys.
Yeah,
I didn't listen.
Cards 2 out of 3.
Kick him off, Espo.
Yeah, he's out.
Get out of here.
We're gonna
Premature invites at trying to pick against my Wolfies. Take this shit
Arkansas.
back.
Charlotte, Georgia for a big set. The Dogs just got swept. But I think this one's a little closer. Give me my national championship pick. Give me the Hogs 2 out of 3.
You know, the Hogs put up 754 runs against Missouri this weekend. I think I saw they scored like 20-something game one. Georgia had a tough weekend, but they get to come back home. The Hogs might be the best team in college baseball. Hogs win 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I might have to go with Arkansas 2 out of 3.
Everybody's on Arkansas. I don't want to pick Georgia, but I think Georgia's winning 2 out of 3 at home.
This is why you're in last.
Jeez.
Thank God we got the Gamecock pick. Now,
That's
the
coming,
Gamecock
from the man that's finished last in every college football pick'em we've ever done.
football. We're talking about baseball now. Baseball.
I'm just saying, every single one of them you finished last.
Hey.
Everything we've ever picked.
The Tigers and the Gamecocks are on the pick'em, but not on the podcast. This one's going to blow everyone's minds. Austin's going to scramble on this one. Last game here for our college pick'em. Winthrop travels to USC Upstate for a 3-game set.
We got the return. We got the return.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ready.
Return of the Mac.
Return of the Mac. Play that song right now. Return of the Mac. It's just 2 out of 3. Give me the Eagles.
You know, by watching these, I know nothing about any of them, but watching the scoreboards and seeing the scores of these two teams, I think it'll be an average run of the scoreboard of 38 to 35, with Winthrop taking 2 or 3 from Upstate.
They win up. They stay undefeated in football.
I'm gonna go Upstate 2 out of 3. Upstate.
Upstate had a big weekend, by the way. They knocked off the High Pointers. Sorry,
Captain Eddie's 2 out of 3.
Captain Eddie, boy. Captain Eddie out there slaying the alumni tailgate.
He sure is.
Oh, well, we'll see what happens. We'll see if John submits his picks this time.
Oh, well. First thing tomorrow.
We'll see.
You know what's crazy is I remember starting to type them out, and then I went and did something else because I was like, I don't need to worry about this right now. And then I never ended up worrying about it. So.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Hey, do we have anything else to add to episode 117?
Get in your Player of the Week nominations. Right? Out here trying to promote the youth of America. Like these guys are trying to teach the youth of America, but get those Player of the Week nominations in. Where are we at right now? We've got a couple of them already in for the week, but those go dead. I think we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 of them already turned in. So try to get some of those in already, and they go. We shut that off tomorrow at noon, and we'll get the voting going on that one. So get those Player of the Week nominations in, and worst case, if you don't get Player of the Week, you get the Diamond Notes. So try to promote those players. So get that stuff in there. You know, I saw somebody posted on. Somebody sounded like they got eaten by a dog in the background. but I saw somebody
got hungry.
Somebody added us on Twitter saying this guy better win Player of the Week. Well, we don't know what their stats were, so they better submit the stuff, right? That's all we got to do. Go online. That link we tweet out 15 times starting on Thursday night is the link that you can click and go fill out the stats. So all you got to do. So fill that stuff out so we can promote the players and give them some love.
High school recap show, right, Sean?
Coming up, recording tomorrow, as long as you don't forget to pay your electric bill or internet bill or whatever it was.
Someone's getting eaten again.
Somebody better go check on that dog.
or the person that is
Kimmy's
eating.
dog.
Or better go check on Kenny.
He might be dead too. Who knows? Might have had some of Blake's stuff.
Hey,
Anyway,
check that inbox for your border battle invite. That's important.
Yes. Border battle. We also got the Team Carolina trials cranking up June 4th. It's another way to get on the board for those illustrious invite-only events that Sean is trying to hand out invites to already.
Coach, I got a bunch of kids I can give them to.
Pump the brakes. pump the brakes.
Pump 'em.
So we right, because you got to get all those. We got to get those events rolling because we got the futures, the junior futures, the senior futures games. Senior futures this year, we're only going to split with one other team, one other state instead of three states. So we'll have a bigger roster of South Carolina kids that'll go to the senior future game. So you want to get on board for that one, right? Come on down, lock it out, and then also the super sophomore stuff. Those are the big national ones, but obviously the border battle early and then the top prospect games at the end of the summer. Back down to the College of Charleston, which will be out on the website here sooner than later.
Who are we paired with?
North Carolina for the seniors. They just want to get a few wins. You know what I mean? So they tagged us on top of it.
Oh, well. Anyway, that's going to do us for episode 117. We don't know when the next Power 25 will come out.
Yeah, because we got a weird window. We got 3 more weeks in the regular season, so we got a weird window of what we're going to do with this Power 25.
One every week.
Make sure you got a subscription so you can see the high school recap show, classification ranks, a lot of big stories throughout the week. I think that's going to do us.
Follow me on Facebook Live. I'll post my own Power 25.
Yeah, that'd be one hell of a barn burner.
Yes, it will.
Anyway, that's going to do us for episode 117 from all of us here at Prep Baseball, South Carolina. We hope you have a great week.